My name is Judge Christy Ruppe. You're all here today for first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime in which you've been arrested. As you appear before me today, you're considered not guilty of what you've been charged with. That status will remain with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by the state attorney's office if they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you're arrested on a new charge or a warrant. Either way, you were given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any conditions of pretrial release which will be imposed upon you. You are entitled to have a lawyer represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire one, I will appoint the Public Defender's Office for you this morning. You're also entitled to make a phone call to let friends, family, or your counsel know where you are. If you haven't had the opportunity to get that phone call, please let me know. I'll make sure you get that phone call today. Finally, and most importantly, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. These hearings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything that you say. So anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be held against you in the prosecution of your case down the road. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear or affirm the testimony before the court will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Okay, put your hands down as I call your name. Please come forward. Janet Brown. Can I have your date of birth? Can I have your date of birth?
7/18/57.
You are here today for possession of controlled substance, possession of drugs, paraphernalia, scheme to defraud, and uttering a forged instrument. I found probable cause for your arrest. On each of these, do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes, please.
I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. State?
Your Honor, I'm not showing any prior history.
Okay. I have an address here on Rogerland Road in Shady Hills. Is that where you live?
Rogerland Lane, yes. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
And how long have you lived there?
57 years.
Okay. Do you have a job? But I
I don't
You don't
now.
have to answer
I
that.
did.
You're right, you don't. Okay. All right, I'm going to set the bond at $100 on each count. We're going to see you back to court on July 9th at 9 a.m. I'm going to reach out to the Public Defender's Office at your first convenience, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Ashley below. Can I have a date of birth?
10/22/87.
Okay. We addressed your case the other day with the violations of probations. We already set them for August 8th at 9 a.m. We appointed you a public defender as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. You have a public defender. If they need to move up that court date, they certainly know how to do that. We'll keep your violations of probations at no bond at this time and see you back on August 8th, okay? Trisha Eli?
Hello?
Can I have your date of birth?
08/02/65.
You are here today for driving under the influence. They're alleging that it's a 4th DUI, and there is probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes.
Okay. Appoint the Public Defender's Office. State.
I'm showing a driving. No. A DUI with person injury in Manatee County, and that was from 2004.
All right, I have her driving record. Do you have
Okay.
anything else?
No, Your Honor, it's all driving charges down the state as well.
Okay. Ma'am, I have an address here in Delmont Drive in Goose Creek, South Carolina. Is that where you're living?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
4 years.
Where do you have any family down here? Are you just visiting? What's your relation to Hernando?
Visiting. Visiting family.
Okay, so you do have family here? Are you going to be able to stay here with them while this case is pending?
I I would love to.
Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
Distribution for Sam's Club.
Okay. All right, I'm going to keep your bond at $10,000. We're going to see you back to court on July 1st at 1:30. That's when your other case is set in front of Judge Toner, I believe, okay?
Thank you.
Jacqueline Timney? Can I have your date of birth?
1/16/79.
You were here today for a violation of probation. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Please.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office. Judge Merritt, once you held no bond until you get back in front of him, we're going to keep your no bond until July 9th at 9 a.m., okay?
Thank you.
Amy Chasen? Can I have your date of birth?
3/16/79.
You're here today for a violation of probation. It looks like it's out of Citrus County. There's probable cause for your arrest. We're going to keep you held no bond until you get back to Citrus County and meet with the judge up there, okay? When you get up there, you can ask for a court date, ask for a public defender, and ask for a lower bond.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Michael Adderman? Can I have your date of birth?
4/21/1987.
Okay, Mr. Adderman, you are here for a burglary and a dealing in stolen property. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the
Yes.
public defender's office to represent you, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office in both of these cases. State any record?
A false owner info upon items less than $300, adjudication in 2014, a jail sentence was imposed, as well as a dealing traffic, stolen property, adjudication in 14. Adjudication withheld in 2011 for obtained property, mean with worthless check. There's multiple of those counts down in Hernando County that year. Adjudication withheld for a worthless check in 11. And no other history, Your Honor.
Okay. So I have an address for you on Bush Street in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
No, ma'am.
Where do you live?
400 Longwood Drive, Brooksville, Florida.
How long have you lived there?
3 years.
Do you have a job?
No, ma'am. I take care of my mentally challenged uncle.
Okay. All right, we're going to set the bond at $2,000 each. I've appointed the public defender. We'll see you back to court on July 9th at 9 a.m.
Thank you, ma'am.
Curtis Burns? Can I have your date of birth?
May 29th, 1963.
You're here today for a violation of probation out of Pasco County. There's probable cause for your arrest. They have a $6,000 bond on that. We're going to get you over to Pasco County within the next few days. If for some reason they don't come get you within the next 5 days, the folks out at the jail will bring you back in front of me and we'll figure out what the holdup is. When you get over to Pasco County, you can ask for a lawyer and you can ask for a court date, okay?
Thanks, ma'am.
Thank you. Thomas Colucci? Can I have your date of birth?
12/21/1980.
Okay, you are here today for a violation of probation. It's based on a warrant signed by Judge Toner on May 7th. There's probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
I do.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. We're going to hold you no bond until you appear in front of Judge Toner on July 1st at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
All right.
Alrighty. Raymond Cooper?
Ray Cooper, Rich here.
Can I have your date of birth?
3/31/42.
You are here because you failed to appear on 2 cases in Citrus County. The bond amounts of $2,000 each. We're going to get you to Citrus County in the next couple days. When you get there, you can ask for a public defender to represent you if you don't already have one, and they'll give you a court date when you get there, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Over here.
All right. Derek Juniak. Hold on, sir. I don't think you're going to need to say anything. Mr. Juniak, can I have your date of birth?
060501.
All right. You were here today because you got in a fight with your brother, Victor, who's also there today, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You are there today because the deputy who, I guess you can say, investigated this, and I'm using that word loosely, decided to arrest you both because you guys fought with each other. And I'm here to tell you this morning that fighting with each other is not a crime. And she stated in the probable cause affidavit that she could not figure out who the primary aggressor was, so she arrested both parties, which is unfortunate for you that you had to spend the night in jail because she didn't do her job right. And someone needs to talk to this certain deputy about some proper training.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're going to be ROR'd. I don't find probable cause for your arrest, but you do need to come back on July 3rd at 9 a.m. so that way the state attorney can figure out what's going on and talk to this deputy, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Victor Gaetano. Your date of birth?
81091.
Okay. Mr. Gaetano, you're in the same situation. You are Derek's brother. You guys both got arrested because the deputy said in her probable cause affidavit that she couldn't figure out if anything was done wrong or who did anything wrong, so she decided to arrest you both. You're going to be ROR'd. I don't find probable cause for your arrest. I am going to tell both you and Derek that you're to have peaceful contact with each other only while this case is pending and until the state attorney figures out what's going on. And after that, if you want to beat the crap out of each other, that's fine by me. I'll see you back July 3rd at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Daniel Humphreys. Can I have your date of birth?
July 15th, 1975.
All right, you were here today for an organized fraud. The bond amount is currently $10,000. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you in this case. State.
I'm showing an obtained vehicle by false representation. It says charge was filed out of Tampa, it looks like, May of 2019, as well as a fraudulent use of personal information. Further, the defendant has out-of-state history. I'm showing a 2019 North Carolina identity theft with no disposition, as well as a paraphernalia charge where a jail sentence was imposed, criminal mischief where a jail sentence was imposed, and that's out of Washington State. I'm showing a DUI out of California in 07 where there was an adjudication of guilt, and no other history, Your Honor.
Sir, I have an address for you on Fairlawn Drive in Orlando. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
5 months.
Okay. Do you have any family here in Hernando County?
No.
All right, I'm going to set your bond at $25,000, and we'll see you back at court July 9th at 9 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Richard Jagger. Can I have
Yes,
your
Your
date?
Honor.
Hi, can I have your date of birth?
42569.
All right, you were here today for a charge of sex offender violation, specifically not reporting your employment to the people that you need to report it to. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. Other than the underlying charge, is there other charges for the same kind of thing?
Let's see, there's, other than the underlying charge, there's a misdemeanor indecent exposure in 98 in Michigan. There's a second failure to comply with Sex Offender Registration Act in 99. There was a dismissed registration violation in 2013 in Citrus County, and it looks like he hasn't been out too long because there was another offender registration violation in 2017.
Okay.
Your Honor, I was there.
Okay, stop it. Did you hear what I told you when this started? Not to say anything about the facts of your case?
Yes.
All right. You have to trust me. I'm trying to help you out. I don't want you to get any more trouble than you are based on something that you feel like you have to tell me. You don't have to tell me anything.
Okay.
All right. All right. Do you have a job these days, Mr. Jagger?
Yes.
Okay. Don't say anything else. So you have a job and you live in Homosassa?
I did it out.
Okay. How long have you lived in Homosassa?
Today I got arrested.
Okay. All right. You're entitled to a bond on this. I'm going to set your bond at $20,000, but I'm going to order a GPS, okay? Which means if you're going to be released, we can't trust you to tell us where you're working and where you're going, which we have every right to know where you are based on these underlying charges. So we can't trust you to tell us at this point. We're going to put you on a GPS. You cannot leave Hernando County or the state of Florida, and you need to have that GPS placed on your person before you leave the jail, and you are responsible for financing that GPS. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we're going to see you back to court in this case on July 9th at 9 a.m.
Thank my business, Your Honor. If I may.
Thanks. Glenn Jansen. Thank you, sir. You're here today for possession of a firearm by a felon, possession of ammunition by a convicted felon, possession of methamphetamine, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I found probable cause for all four of those. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
No.
No? Is that a no?
Yes, it is.
You said yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. State.
I'm showing a 88 use display, etc. firearm during felony possession of firearm. That was a adjudication at 88 for a sale of controlled substance out of Manatee County. Adjudication withheld at 87 for disorderly conduct out of Daytona.
Okay. Sir, I have an address here in Oak Crest Circle in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How?
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
They would have adjudication on those charges. I was under the assumption I was allowed to own a firearm. I've been buying guns legally.
Okay, well, there was apparently, according to the state attorney's office, an adjudication in 1988, okay? But don't say anything about the facts of your case, because you might be admitting to things that you don't really mean to be admitting to.
I understand.
Okay, well, I don't think that you do, because of what you just said. But, okay, so how long have you lived on Oak Crest Circle?
14 years.
Okay. Are you retired? You have a
Am I
job?
what?
Do you have a job?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Not now.
Did you have a job before yesterday?
Yes.
What kind of work did you do?
I'm millwright.
Okay. Counts 1 through 3 are going to be $2,000. And we'll ROR on count 4. So your total bond is $6,000 right now, okay? We'll see you back to court on July 9th at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
All right, Nicholas Lee. Can I have your date of birth?
3/28/94.
You are here today for a failure to appear in front of Judge Toner on April 22nd. He's given you a bond of $20,000. There's probable cause for your arrest. Were you in Pasco County Jail when you were supposed to be in front of Judge Toner?
Yes, ma'am. I was locked up March 20th. I got 10 months in.
All right. What did you get in Pasco County? What charge was it?
I got a grand theft auto over there.
Gotcha. Okay. Is that all settled and taken care of?
Yes, ma'am. I just signed 2 days ago.
For 10 months DOC? Or no, 10 months jail?
18 months.
Okay. All right. Do you want me to appoint the public defender for you in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender. This is actually just an order of transfer. Judge Toner did a transport order for you. You have a court date set up on June 21st at 8:30. Okay, so see you back to court then.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Jared Locke. Can I have your date of birth?
12/3/92.
You're here today for organized fraud, grand theft, 2 counts, criminal use of personal identification or information, 2 counts, and obtaining a vehicle with the intent to defraud, 2 counts of that. That's 7 counts altogether. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you on these, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office.
Question.
Sure.
Is it possible that I can get my bar reduced?
Well, can you let me do my job? I'll ask some questions, and that's what we're all doing here today, okay?
I'm sorry.
All right, state.
Showing an Orange County grand theft of motor vehicle, no disposition. It says it was an arrest of 2018. A adjudication withheld in 09 for grand theft, 3rd degree motor vehicle. That was in 09. And that was also out of Orlando. Carrying a concealed firearm, adjudication withheld in 09. Out of Orange County. And then a delinquent charge, Your Honor. No other history.
All right, I'm going to address you on Mandarin Drive in Orlando. Is that where you live?
No, ma'am. 55 West Church Street, apartment 2607.
Where's that?
Orlando, Florida. I'm sorry.
Is that 32819?
32801.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
6 months.
Okay. Did you live in Orlando before that?
Yes, ma'am. At the Mandarin Drive address
Okay.
for 3 years.
All right. Do you have any family here in Hernando?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Mr. Locke, do you have a job?
No, ma'am.
All right. Counts 1 and 2 and 3 are going to stay at $10,000, and the rest of them are at $4,000. Are going to stay the same. We're going to see you back to court on July 9th at 9 a.m. If you're unable to find out, someone from the Public Defender's Office will be out to see you soon, okay?
Okay, so what's the total?
That's the same total. It hasn't changed.
Okay, thank you.
Jeffrey Morris?
You said July 9th?
Yep. Can I have your date of birth?
5682.
All right, you were here today for a violation of probation. It's based on a warrant cited by Judge Toner on June 27th, 2016. There's probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Please.
I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. So see you back to court July 1st at 8:30 in the morning. Hold your no bond until then, okay? Aaron Saulnier. Can I have your date of birth, sir?
42890.
You're here today for fraudulent use of a credit card. Your bond amount is currently $2,000. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes.
I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. State.
Possession of cannabis, adjudication of guilt in 2012. Failed to obey Leo order to stop, adjudication in 2012. No other history besides the other open case that he has on the Toner docket.
Okay. But this date of offense was predated that.
Right, Your Honor.
Okay. And there's also a misdemeanor that predates that as well. And his bond's already been revoked. Okay. So we're just going to keep the bond the same at $2,000. We're going to see you back to court. You're already in front of Judge Toner on July 1st at 1:30. We're going to keep that court date, and someone from the Public Defender's Office will reach out to you soon, okay?
Okay, so I get to run both those cases together?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Ray Standiford? Gary. Gary Standifer, but the no victim contact notice is gray. So that wasn't me just slurring my words. All right, Mr. Standifer, can I have your date of birth?
3/30/89.
You are here today for possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, providing false names to law enforcement, and a violation of probation. I found probable cause for all of these. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office in each of your cases. We're going to keep the bond the same, and we're going to see you back to court on July 3rd at 9 o'clock in the morning, okay? Someone from the
Okay.
lady's office will reach out to you soon.
All right.
All right, thank you. Devon Valley Williams. Can I have your date of birth?
11/08/94.
You are here today for organized fraud, 2 counts of grand theft, 2 counts of criminal use of personal identification, and 2 counts of obtaining a vehicle by fraud. That's 7 counts altogether. I found probable cause for your arrest on each of these. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office, and these are co-defendants, so we may have to get regional counsel involved. And state fire record.
A marijuana possession, pretrial diversion, July of 2018. And then some frauds that were administratively dismissed in 2019.
All right, Mr. Williams, I have an address for you on Triangle Ave in Orlando. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
7 years.
Do you have a job?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any family here in Hernando County?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to keep the bond the same, and we're going to see you back to court on July 9th at 9 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
James Wright.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Can I have your date of birth?
10/14/1986.
Okay, you are here today for domestic battery. It's based on a warrant signed by Judge Hickson on June 5th, and I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll find the Public Defender's Office. And is this the victim's in court today for this? Okay. State, is there a prior record?
Yes, Your Honor. An uttering forged bills check, adjudication in 2015, a 2012 violation of pretrial conditions on domestic violence case, adjudication at 12. A dropped battery in 2012, as well as another drop battery in Pinellas in 2012. Adjudication in 07 for possession of marijuana. And a battery with no disposition in 2007 out of Pinellas County. No other history, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I have an address here on 6th Ave in St. Petersburg. Is that where you live?
Currently, I was moving to Brooksville.
Okay, is that the Hilton Drive address?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is that where Miss Wright lives?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Where are you going to be staying while this case is pending? Can you stay at the St. Petersburg address?
I can.
Is that with a family member or who's down there?
That's with my grandmother.
Your grandma, okay. All right, do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
I work at LDM Landscaping, Irrigation, and Sprinkling.
Okay. All right, ma'am, do you want to be heard? I'm not going to address the contact today, but did you want to be heard on anything else? If you do, you need to come up and I need to put you under oath. So. Okay, you're just here to find out what the bond is going to be? Okay, that's fine. Okay. Do you have anything else that you want the court to
I
know?
wanted to see if we could have contact, because Father's Day is...
Okay, come on up then. Solemnly swear and affirm the testimony before the court will be the truth, the truth, nothing but the truth? Yes. And what's your name?
Lydia Wright?
Okay. Miss Wright, right now there is no contact James Wright is to have no contact with you whatsoever. And Mr. Wright, pay close attention. You have no contact with Lydia whatsoever. Do not call her, do not write her, do not email her, do not have anyone else call her, write her, or email her. If you have any contact with her whatsoever, you can be charged with another crime and held without bond until you resolve your cases. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
If you see Miss Wright out somewhere, you should turn around and go the other way. And if Miss Wright calls you, you should hang up the phone. If I hear anything else other than those two things happen, you will be in violation of my order. Okay? I need to order that right now until you speak to the state attorney's office. They're entitled to do their investigation before anything happens between the two of you, and before you have any type of conversation. And plus, to be quite frank, Miss Wright, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 allegations of batteries against him previously. I don't know if you were the same victim in all of those cases, and I don't even know if he knew all of that. So this is not, you don't have to say anything, but those are all red flags to me. And he might be James Wright to you, but to me, he's looking like Mr. Wrong. So you might want to reconsider and take this opportunity to have him separate from you to figure out if this is someone that you really want in your life. Based on this prior record, there's no way that I would allow him to have contact with you right now, because I'm going to try to protect you as much as I can. And because I want you to talk to them about services that might be available to you, and I want you to talk to them about your investigation before I'll even consider it. Now, there may come a time down the road that he'll talk to his attorney, and that I might consider it, but that's going to be for at least a couple weeks. Okay? All right. So at this time, he's entitled to a bond. I'm going to give him a bond, but he's going to have to stay at the Pinellas County address or anywhere but where you live while this case is pending. So I'm going to give him a bond of $2,000. Mr. Wright, your bond is $2,000. We'll see you back to court July 3rd at 9 a.m. All right? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Robert Budson. Can I have your date of birth?
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
12/16/60.
Okay, you are here today for driving on a suspended driver's license and grand theft auto. I found probable cause for your arrest on each of these. Did you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am, I would.
All right, I'll appoint the public defender's office on each of these cases. State.
An adjudication for dealing in stolen property in 1992 out of Pinellas County. And showing that he was a multi-source offender, but I don't have any out-of-state criminal history to show.
All right, okay. Sir, I have an address here on Southwest Boulevard in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
6 years.
Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm an auto technician.
Okay. All right, with regard to the driving on suspended driver's license, you might want to get down to the DMV, see what you need to do to get your driver's license back. It looks like it's just a matter of money at this point that they need from you because all of your suspensions have been cleared out. So I'm going to set your bond at $250 on that. With regard to the grand theft auto, I'm going to set your bond at $500, and we're going to see you back to court on July 9th at 9 a.m. for the grand theft auto, and July 3rd at 9 a.m. for the driving on suspended. If you have a valid driver's license when you come back to court, you will be saving yourself a lot of time and money. Go ahead. Do you have a question?
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Can I explain the grand theft auto?
No, not at this. No. Don't say anything. Don't say anything at this point. Okay? You need to talk to your lawyer about it. Don't say anything today.
All right.
Okay? Thanks.
Thank you.
Jacob Leverock.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Can I have your date of birth?
02/27/94.
You're here today for possession of marijuana, possession of paraphernalia, resisting an officer without violence, and a violation of probation. I found probable cause for your arrest on each of these. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll appoint the public defender's office on each of these cases. I'm going to keep all the bonds the same. I'm going to see you back to court on July 3rd at 9 a.m., okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Charles Burgess. Can I have your date of birth?
12/6/1980.
You are here today for dealing in stolen property and defrauding a pawnbroker. The bond amount currently is $7,000. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll find the public defender's office. State.
A driving license suspended adjudication in 2017 out of Hernando County. An adjudication for another Willis in 2017 out of Hernando County. 2014 Willis adjudication. A possession of paraphernalia adjudication in 2014 out of Hernando County. A guilty grand theft adjudication in 2013, also out of Hernando County, where some sort of jail sentence was imposed. And I'm showing a condition of release violation, but with no disposition in 2011 out of Hernando County, with no other history, Your Honor.
I have an address to you on Light Street in Wikiwachi. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
29 years.
Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
I install AC.
Okay.
Work.
Okay. I'm going to keep the bond the same. I'm going to see you back to court on July 9th at 9 a.m., okay?
All right.
Did I get everyone at the jail?
Yes, ma'am.
Have a good day.